appreciation is the core of great relationships.
Mm.
I find the more appreciation I show, Mark, the more good things happen. I appreciate the two of you taking time to talk to me today. I'm very honored to show appreciation, especially to our loved ones.
Yes.
So if you're married to your spouse, to your kids, here's one thing you can do. It'll get you extra brownie points. I know it's not in the program. I'm throwing it in at no additional charge. Okay, as soon as we get through here, then take a video of yourself and tell your loved one how much you love them and what you were thinking about them right now, and text that to them. And if they text back and say, "Are you okay? Is everything, what happened to you today?" Just say, "I thought about doing this regularly, and I'll do it from now on, and do it regularly." I'm telling you, the brownie points are going to go off the charts. It'll work.
Welcome to the Who You Know Show, where what you know is important, but who you know can make all the difference in your wealth, health, business, career, relationships, and life. I'm your host, Trevor Houston. I'm joined with my co-host, Mark Elder. And on today's episode, let me just tell you, I got not just a speaker, okay? I got a world changer. And let me just tell you, this man that I'm sitting here with today, he's worked with some of the world's biggest brands like American Airlines, Toyota, Time Warner. But what really makes him stand out is he uses some ancient secrets to solve everyday problems and help people just like you to evaluate your performance. So if you've ever felt like you're stuck or maybe success is just out of your reach, this is definitely an episode you don't want to miss. So grab your pen and pad. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go, and let's welcome Boaz to the show.
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Mark. I'm delighted to be here. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Well, it's super excited to have you here. So my first question is that you have had a very, very incredible journey. So it started from radio newscaster to a speaker to speaker of the year for Vistage. Can you take us back to what sparked your passion for transforming lives and businesses?
Sure. But first, for everybody out there who doesn't know what Vistage is, they might wonder, what is that? It's the world's largest organization of CEOs, about 45,000 members in 35 countries. And they meet in groups of about a dozen each, one day a month, and help each other with ideas to better run their companies. And so over the last 21 years, I've been one of the top speakers in the world, just in my 2,150th meeting for them.
Wow.
21 years. So the important thing for everybody watching here, and Trevor's right, take notes, because you'll get 5 times as much out of this when you take notes as you think you'll remember. People watch these things and they say, "That was great. We don't want you to do that after this." We would have failed, right, Mark? We would have failed.
Action.
Why don't you say that one idea can change my life? So please write down, I'm the CEO of my own life.
Ooh, mic drop.
I'm
That's
the
good.
CEO of my own life. And most people run their life like it's a small business. No, your life is a big enterprise. And you're the CEO. And when we let everybody else run it, we're just giving up our title. So just a little more background. First of all, my mother was from Poland, dad from Austria. They both went to Palestine in 1935 as pioneers to help build a new country. And that's where I was born, in Israel. We immigrated to America when I was 9, lived in the Midwest for many years, Oklahoma, then California for a long time, and now in Dallas for the last 5 years. And so the important thing about changing anybody's life is first to take ownership. So everybody out there, please write down, if it is to be, it's up to me. It's not up to Trevor or Mark or me. It's up to you. And Trevor, anytime I start blaming everybody else for my problems, I have to look in the mirror and say, no.
I think that's huge, because we live in a society where deflection is the name of the game, right?
Sure. When I make an excuse, well, Mark, if I wanted to, I could do as much as you do. No, if I really wanted to, I would do it. But giving an excuse is a reason for me not to take action.
Yeah, for me, I feel like accountability is a superpower, because when I was a young idiot, when I was a teenager, I was living in victim mentality. I got in a lot of trouble and I blamed everyone else and I was never wrong and you can't tell me nothing. But it wasn't until I made a radical shift of accountability that everything changed.
Yeah, it's all up to us. And everybody, please write down, I choose my attitude and my energy every day. Would you all agree? I choose my attitude and my energy every day. So if I come in here to be with you all today and I'm thinking, man, I'm tired, things didn't work out this morning, I'm unhappy about so-and-so and all of that, I've chosen to focus on that. And I will not be any good to either one of you or to you. So I used to be a network television producer. And before I walk into any room like this, I see a red light at the top of the door. That signifies the light we used to see in a TV newsroom. When that light is on, we're on national television. How do you want to look?
Mm.
Want to look like you've been through the dumps? Or do you want to fake it till you make it? Sometimes we have to. Would you all agree?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
So everybody, please write down, I'll fake it till I make it. So whatever was going on, and I had a bit of a challenging situation with my daughter this morning, I'll be honest with you. Not a pleasant conversation. We had to have a mature conversation. And she's 52, but actually 12 going on 13, but that's a whole different program. I divert, and I apologize for that. I should not criticize. I'm wrong. Okay, I'm in orthopedic shoes. I stand corrected. But before I walked in the door, I had to change my mentality. I can be depressed at the end of this interview. I have all the right at that point if I want to be depressed and upset, but not during. But most people buy into the fact that I'm upset, and so should you.
Wow.
So we choose our attitude and our energy, but the average person will knock themselves out of the saddle before they get on the horse. I'm so depressed today. I'm so upset. I'm so depressed. People are not nice to me. Why don't we just shoot them now? We get everybody out of their misery. And I'm sure somebody here is packing. We're in Texas. And so anyway, but people put roadblocks in their own way. We all are born with a clean highway. But no, that's not good enough. I'll order some of those concrete barriers and just put them in the way and make it a little more difficult. And so everybody's about 6 inches away from greater success, the distance between our ears.
I believe it.
Right.
I believe it. We see it all the time. So, Boaz, one of the things with our audience is we have a big, kind of a diverse audience, but there's a big portion of it are career transition folks. They're in a transitional season of their life, and they're out of work, and it creates anxiety and depression and stress and fear and a lot of things. And so I see this firsthand every single day, where you said it's all between your ears.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And what do I say? Right. It's very similar to what you say. I mean, one of the things that I've just said over the years is just there's only really 2 things that you should worry about. And those 2 things are your attitude and your activity. Right. Those are the things you can control.
Exactly. So let's give your audience a game plan as to what to do right now.
Okay.
What to do right now.
I love it.
First, we have to work on our attitude. And so I'd like to suggest everybody get 2 books. Please write down Reading Builds Character. Reading builds character. It'll put the right words in your mind. Does that make sense, Mark? It'll put
Yes.
the right words in your mind.
Absolutely.
What if we always had the right words in any people situation? Wouldn't that be worth a fortune?
Oh my gosh.
Would be. So most of the words we hear, we're talking to ourselves at the rate of 1,500 words a minute. And most of them are not what we want. It's tough to find a job right now. It's tough for me to get interviews. It's tough for me to get the career I really want. Question is that what we want? I don't think so. So here's another high watermark for this hour. Please write down, if it's not what I want, I won't say it.
That's good.
We could just stop right now. If that's all people got from this so far, that would change their lives.
That would change your life.
It would change your life. Because if I say, it's very tough out there to find a good job, I'm going to look for evidence to prove I'm right.
Right.
One person says, no, I told you. See, I told you. And I'll suddenly generalize that that's the way it is. But would you 2 agree with me that somewhere out there, there's someone similar to someone watching this who's out of a job, and they got a great job? Would you say the one person in the U.S.?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At least one.
Yeah, at least.
Okay. So at least one, you can't tell me it can't be.
Right.
So here's what we've got to do. Everybody's an expert at affirmations. Those are statements of how we see life. Nobody's listening to me. I can't find opportunities. I don't get any interviews. Those are great affirmations in the wrong direction. So let's get a piece of paper, everybody, a new piece of paper away from your notes, and let's start a clean sheet of paper and write some positive affirmations that are about to change your life starting right now. Aren't you glad you tuned in? Okay.
Yes.
Please write down, everything I touch prospers and succeeds. Would you all agree that's strong?
Yes.
Everything I touch prospers and succeeds. I have a great positive attitude every day. I have a great positive attitude every day. Next affirmation, I'm finding great opportunities for my career. Let's change that. I'm finding great lucrative opportunities for my career, and I am excited. Let's profess what we really want rather than it's tough for me to find a job.
I love that.
And let's profess those affirmations. The first thing every morning and the last thing every night. Those are the 2 times you're most open to suggestion, when you first wake up and before you fall asleep. But don't analyze it. Well, it doesn't that way. No, just say it. Just say it. And your mind is hearing it as an order. Because, Trevor, if I jokingly say to you all that I'm a clumsy person, give me 10 minutes, I'll walk down the hall here and trip. No, because my mind heard it as an order.
Yeah.
As an order. It doesn't judge it. He was just kidding. No. So the same thing people are doing about looking for a job. Well, nobody listens to me. Well, I didn't really mean that. Well, your mind heard it as an order. So here's what we do. You do the affirmations, the first thing every morning and the last thing every night. Get 2 books. The thing about reading positive books is that the people who are reading them are reading too many, one time only, and not internalizing anything. Reading a book once does nothing. That goes in one ear and out the other. In fact, that can make you narrow-minded. A friend of mine is so narrow-minded, his ears touched. Yeah. Some of you should have gotten that. I'm funny. Work with me. And if you're having a good time, please inform your face. And so, see, people realize very soon, Mark, that I'm sort of like a one-eyed discus thrower. I don't set any records, but I do keep my audience alert.
There you go.
All right, so 2 books. What if you just read 1 book 3 times instead of 3 books 1 time? There's the difference. I once met a man years ago who'd read 50 personal development books, 50 different personal development books. He was not any more successful than the person who read none, because he wasn't internalizing any of them. So I'm recommending 2 old books that you ought to read at least 3 times. How to Win Friends and Influence People. You know that book.
Yeah.
How to Win Friends and Influence People, written in 1935, on the bestseller list every year since 35.
Wow.
One of the
Isn't that
10
amazing?
all-time best-selling books, The History of the Universe. In my opinion, the best personal development, people skills, human relations, getting along with other people, leadership book ever written. The other book, Think and Grow Rich, by Napoleon Hill.
Yep.
Written in 1937. That book has made more millionaires than any other book in history. And that is really an attitude book. I'm not saying the money is the answer to everything, but listen, you can be miserable in a better part of your town. Okay, just work with me on this. And so I'm suggesting reading for even 5 or 10 minutes a day in each of those books. When you get through reading them, read them over again. This repetition is the mother of skill. I thought those 2 books were so valuable. Years ago, I read them each, once a month, every month, for 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I've read those 2 books 60 times. So the notes that you're taking right now, we could go find any piece of your notes, and we find in those books the page and paragraph where I got it. Not because I'm brilliant, although my mother would say I am. It's because I've been there 60 times.
Yes.
So if your audience does first that, positive affirmations, first thing every morning, last thing every night, and read for just 5 or 10 minutes in each of those books each day and underline things. When you through, read them over again. And in a moment, I'll give them a game plan. I used to have my own advertising agency, how to create their own job rather than look for it.
I love that. Well, before we get to that, though, hold on. I want to just reframe what you said. So, like, the fact that you read the books over and over and over and over 60 times, it's kind of like, okay, because you understand how important it is, you really want to make sure it sinks in and you're practicing it. It's kind of like if I wanted to become a football player, right, if I want to be a quarterback, I can't just watch a football game and become a quarterback, right? Yeah. And that's kind of the same example. If I just read this book about how to become a millionaire, think and Go Rich, and I read it, right? But it's like what you're saying is, hey, we need to practice. We need to get in here and actually put this thing to work and repetition.
You read it one time, go do something else. We could have gone bowling. At least then you could have pinned something down. And so it's the repetition. Repetition.
One thing also that I'd like to interject, because you say this a lot, Trevor, which is your perception is your reality, right? And so the affirmation, right, is your verbal manifestation of your reality, right? That you can make it.
You're professing how you want to be. So everybody, please write down. I'm looking at what can be, not what is. Most people looking for a job are looking at what is. I'm saying, let's look at what can be.
Yes.
And whenever you're ready, I'm going to give you the marketing.
All right, let's do it. I like it.
All right.
To create your job, right?
To create.
I love it. We're not going to wait. We're going to create.
No. Stop looking for a job. Identify in your town, wherever you are, the 10 companies you would ideally love to work for. I don't care if they have jobs or not. We'll create one for you. The 10 companies you'd ideally love to work for, okay? The perfect ones. I don't care how big they are. They can be as big as you want. Identify the CEO. It's easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Call the
LinkedIn.
receptionist. Look online. You can find the CEO.
Yep.
Find their mailing address. And you can find out where the CEO is. Call the receptionist. You know, I'd like to send a thank you note to the CEO of your company. What address should I send that to? Okay. And then we're going to do an 11-week campaign to each one of those 10 CEOs, not to HR, not to anybody else. My mother taught me, start with the top. Better to
Yes.
come backwards and fight your way up.
There you go. Yeah.
This is all done by FedEx. By
Okay.
FedEx. Now, I'm going to save you some money. You can send it on a second day, and they'll think it's overnight. If you send it on Thursday, okay, it'll show up Monday morning. Save you some money on this. So we identify 10 companies, identify the 10 CEOs. And so this is an 11-week campaign. You'll want to take notes on this very carefully. I'm telling you, this is money in the bank. This really is. People have written to me, so my gosh, this is hotter than cream of wheat. And so the first week, you can write a letter, a handwritten letter to the CEO, saying, with my background, I think I'd be the greatest employee your company has ever hired. Give me a call. Now, you need to get yourself a business card that has your name, address, phone number, email. Don't get a card just as your name and phone number. Where in the world do you live? Do you live out of a car? You live in, show them you live somewhere. And if you're applying in your city, show them you live in this city. Okay? Okay? And if you don't want to put your address, go to some post office box place and you can put suite number or whatever. Okay? All right.
Mhm.
So anyway, business card right there. Note says simply, Mr. Johnson, I think I'd be the greatest employee your company has ever hired. Give me a call. First week, they all get it by FedEx. Second week, same letter, but rewrite it. Don't copy it. People can tell if you really wrote it or not. And if your handwriting is not real good, print. Okay, print. Just slow down. If you need to put a ruler across the page and print every letter down to the ruler, it'll make it look spectacular. Second week, same note. Mr. Johnson, I'm the best employee your company will ever hire. Give me a call. Third week, same thing for those who don't respond. Fourth week, add a little yellow Post-it note on top of the letter that says, I'm sure glad you finally opened this.
Bingo.
Or you could say, aren't you impressed with the way I got your attention? The fifth week, be creative. Maybe do a 1-minute video. Mr. Johnson, this is Boaz Rauchwerger. I'm the one sending you the FedExes. My mother thought you might want to see I'm a really nice person, and I'll be the best person your company will ever hire. Give me a call. Have a good day. What?
Yeah.
Flash drive. That's all. The seventh week, send a brand new baseball, a little cardboard box by FedEx to each one of them, saying, sooner or later, Mr. Johnson, we will play ball, so give me a call. So somebody thought I had small thinking, Trevor. So they sent basketballs instead of baseball in a big cardboard box by FedEx. Across the basketball, it said, give me a shot.
Give me a shot. I love it.
And the person sending those did get a job at one of those big companies for more money than he thought he would get. And when he met the CEO, his basketball was on the credenza of the CEO's office.
Nice. Nice.
I dare you to be able to buy that kind of advertising. You can't. You can't.
Mm-mm.
So, 7th week, baseball or basketball. The 10th week, you send a brand new shoe. Not the CEO is a man. You get an average size shoe. For a woman, you get an average size shoe. And a brand new shoe in FedEx. And the note says, I'm the one sending you the Monday morning FedExes. And now that I've got one foot in the door, call me.
Oh. So
One
you need
shoe.
one shoe.
Right. There's more. There's
One
more.
shoe.
You're ahead of it, Trevor. The 11th week, you send the matching shoe. And the note says in the FedEx, I'm the one sending the money more to FedEx. And I know what you were doing, waiting to call me. You were waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Oh, okay.
It just did.
Nice.
So I consulted with somebody in Ohio, I don't know, maybe Dayton or whatever, looking for a job, a relative looking for a job. And you all know Gorilla Glue, right? You've seen it around.
Mhm.
Well, their headquarters is there in Ohio, in Dayton, somewhere around there. And he sent to 10 companies. The CEO of Gorilla Glue had one of his vice presidents call him And he said, I don't know what you did to my CEO, but he sure seems to like you. He told me we should create a job for you.
Bingo.
Even though we don't have a specific one for you, we're going to create one for you.
Amen to that.
Was it a marketing job?
No, he was actually in accounting.
Okay.
He got a job. So let me ask the two of you, what do you like best about this whole approach? It's a whole different way of approaching how to make a job rather than look for one.
I love it. I mean, it actually goes hand in hand with a lot of the stuff that I teach our audience. I love the video, right? I teach our audience actually how to create a video resume and also how to do these personalized videos that you're talking about. So I love that.
Yeah.
I love the personalization. Love the shoe. That was so creative. So the point here is to be creative and to literally create that opportunity. And what's happening is that CEO is going, oh my gosh, the whole time. They're going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And you're right. I could totally see them creating an opportunity because they just like you.
What are we showing them in 11 weeks? We're showing them we are consistent.
Mm-hmm.
We are persistent.
Yep.
We are creative.
Yep.
We have a good sense of humor.
Amen.
Isn't this the type of person we want here?
That's right. 100%.
And I've had CEOs even call somebody when they didn't have a particular job. They say, are you the one sending me those FedExes every week? You were just so silly. Get yourself over here. I want to meet you. And listen, Mark, I don't have a specific job for you, but I know Harry at another company.
Yep.
I'm going to call him for you. Go see Harry.
Nice.
So good.
When's the last time they ever had this done to them? I can guarantee never.
Never.
Right.
Yep.
That's how you create a job. Don't stop looking for one, okay?
Well,
you get more money than you thought you wanted.
So good.
I like that too. And creative is number one, because a lot of people will do follow-up and they might be persistent, but they're not creative. And that creativity creates likability.
Correct.
Right. And so, how many times have positions been filled with people because not that they're the best person, but they're the most likable person with the skill set to be able to get the job done.
Exactly.
Yep.
I love this because I've had a lot of career coaches. I've had hiring managers, recruiters come on this show. And I'm always looking for strategies that can help them get back to their income as fast as possible. And this strategy is specific. You got a 10-week, this is how to get back, how to create your job in 10 weeks or less, right? Use this specific strategy, and it's outside the box. And I think it's probably one of the best ones that I've heard on this show. I'll be honest with you. I love it.
Thank you. You were talking, Mark, about the follow-up. Most people might do one follow-up.
Yep.
2 follow-up. Rarely 3. Very rarely 4. Hardly ever 5. We're talking about 11 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 11 weeks. Just keep doing it. And then one other way, if you don't want to do the FedEx idea, somebody else did something else. I teach people the power of the handwritten note card.
Mm-hmm.
That's so gone out of style, is brand new. Okay?
Yes.
But do not use a note card with your name printed on it. Or if you're working for a company, don't use it with the company printed on it, the company logo. Because that looks like you have a bunch of those. You send them to everybody, don't you? But go to CVS or Walgreens, go to Walmart, buy a bunch of blank note cards. Design on the front, they start blank on the inside. Why? Because they might think that you picked it up for them.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing commercial on it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what one person did. Found out the CEO of top companies. He actually wanted to get the company as a client. So he did this with one specific company. Started sending notes to the company president. And so I tell people, don't put your name and address anywhere on the card on the outside. I don't want them to know who it's from. Because if I see who it's from so-and-so at that company, I'll look at it later. Just lost it. Right. No name or address. I have to open it up. And on the front of the card, about halfway up on the left side, you put the word personal. Personal looks like an invitation. If I'm your secretary, I'm not opening that up. And then never meter these. And do not use one stamp. Don't use that forever stamp. Go to the post office and pick up a bunch of different denominations, 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents. Put at least 11 stamps on the envelope that equal the postage. At least 11 stamps on the envelope that equal the postage. Everybody has to open these up. So he starts sending these cards with these stamps to the CEO of this company. Dear Mr. Johnson, I was thinking about you and your company today, Harry. A week later, now he sent them on Thursday, so they arrived by Monday. Mr. Johnson, weather's getting a little cooler. I was thinking about you and your company, Harry. Third week, he sends it on a Friday, so it arrives on a Tuesday. Dear Mr. Johnson, I know you were expecting my card yesterday. I apologize for the delay. It will not happen again. He kept sending a card, just any kind of note about anything. I looked on your website today. I saw this. He did this for 2 months. He eventually got a call from the CEO himself. Are you the one sending me those cards with all the stamps and everything? When are you going to stop? He said, when you see me. Shall we make it next Tuesday or Wednesday? He said, come on over on Wednesday. He got him as a client, and that turned into a $5 million profit over the next 6 months. So if you think I'm silly, I've got off my rocker. Hey, you and I can both be bought. We can be bought, can't we? Of course we can. So just do it, okay? Just do it. But what does that do? It shows a lot of creativity. A lot of creativity.
And it shows, again, what you were talking about, the consistency
Yes,
side of it.
exactly.
Because we also live in a world where there's so much automation, right? And that removes the personalization, which you were talking about.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to duplicate and not duplicate, but automate what you just said. You can't really do that. You have to actually physically do it, which shows effort. It shows this person is willing to put in the effort, and they're not only going to put in the effort once, they're going to put in the effort consistently.
Yeah. And people send me cards. I've taught these in events all over the world. So they send me cards with all the stamps and everything. I cannot bear, Trevor, to even toss one of them. Let me tell you why. Somebody went out and bought this card. Somebody went to the post office, bought all those stamps. Somebody then took time to write in their own handwriting. This to me is a gift.
Yeah.
I can never toss it. I have a whole stack at home. There's something else that's personalized. You gave me the clue a moment ago. If you get a phone number of somebody you want to reach at a company, then send a video text. A video text. You go to your phone, you go to the camera. You shoot a 1 minute or 30-second video. Dear Trevor, I've been trying to reach you. Can you give me a call tomorrow afternoon at 4:32? And if you're not available, I'm also available at 4:51 tomorrow afternoon. Have a good day. Bye. And then text that video to them with no words. They get the picture. Picture of you with an arrow in the middle. Everybody has to push it. I've had people do video text back to me. Boy, this is the most unique thing I've ever seen. Don't send text anymore. Send a video text.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, we teach. There's a tool out there called BombBomb.
I know.
Yeah, you know that tool?
Yeah.
We teach that. We show them how to send in through. You can do text with it.
Yeah.
You can do comments with it on LinkedIn, which is amazing.
Sure.
So imagine that same kind of strategy, but
Yeah.
like you do a post and you get all these black and white text comments, but you get one that's a video.
Yeah.
That video stands out.
Absolutely.
Right. And then also DMs you can use with emails. You can do video emails. I just love the tool because it allows you to personalize your communication.
The only thing I see, people today will go faster to text than they will to emails.
Yes.
So I want to go to text and I want to go video text.
Mm.
And people just respond immediately.
Oh, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah. And they see your face, they see your smile, they see your energy and all that. Words on a text, that's one machine talking to another machine. A video text is a human talking to a human.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, audio. They have like you can leave a little audio message. If you really, really, really don't want to go video, which I would recommend, do it anyways.
Totally.
Do video. But like, let's just say you're absolutely like not gonna do video. The next best thing I would say would be an audio message where you literally just, hey, was thinking about you, and it's like a voicemail, but it's you can send it in a text message.
Okay. Am I correct? You all are not here to be mamby-pamby with your audience. Am I right? Let's just get right to it. Look, if you don't feel you look good on video, practice.
Yes.
Send it to yourself several times.
I like this guy.
I really want to see you. I don't want to just hear your voice.
Yeah.
I see you. I see your emotions. I see your feelings. You're real to me. A voice is just somewhere in my ear. But when you do a video, you go to my emotions. You go to my heart. So please, I'm not here to get you halfway anywhere. Go for it. Come on. You can do it. You're special. You're unique. You can do it. Give yourself credit. If you want to add an affirmation, I am fabulous on video.
Oh,
Morning and
Yes.
evening. After a while, you'll believe it.
let's go. Let's go. And the first time you do anything, listen, I tell everybody this. Expectations are everything. Okay. So the first time you do anything, it's not going to be the best video in the world, probably. Okay. Unless you have that affirmation that it will.
Yeah.
However, practice over and over and over and over and over, repetition.
Yeah.
right? Michael Jordan wasn't the best basketball player the first time he threw a basketball,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he didn't stop.
Send video text to your friends.
Yes, practice.
Trevor, I'm
Yes,
practicing doing videos. I look
absolutely.
great, don't I? Send me a note. Tell me I look great, even if I don't. Okay, Mark, I'm doing
Yep.
practicing videos. Do half a
Yep.
dozen of those, and you're set.
And
Yep.
yeah, you only need to do a few of them, and you're good. Yeah.
And I'm a certified hypnotherapist. So I want you to think about the following, will you? Okay. Every time you do a video, I want you to just see dollar signs just floating across your screen. Just see dollar signs just floating across your screen. All this is going to make you a lot of dollar signs, okay? Okay. Oh, Trevor, I must apologize to everyone. I shouldn't have done what I just did for you. That's called an embedded command. Just forget the whole business about the dollar signs. Don't even think about it for another second. I really do apologize for that. My mistake. I shouldn't have brought that up, should I? Too late, isn't it?
So I have a question here. Something that I see that you teach is the Tiberius Success Formula. Is that how you say it,
No,
Tiberius?
it's pronounced Tiberius.
Tiberius.
Tiberius. I used to live on the shore of the Sea of Galilee in Israel, in the city of Tiberias, named after the Roman emperor, Tiberius. Israel used to be part of the Roman Empire many years ago, and there are still artifacts from Roman times, the amphitheaters, the mosaics, and all of that. And so I named it that because I thought it would sound more unique than the Texas formula for high achievement. What does that mean? So six steps, and please write these down. Everybody, please write these down, of things you can do every morning, and I've already given you part of it. Step number 1 is the affirmations. Read your affirmations out loud without analysis, and this is not a 3-page dissertation, okay? I just gave you 2 or 3 lines for your affirmations. Secondly, find some kind of audio program that motivates you. You can find them on the internet. Just listen for a minute or two to somebody else's voice. So step 1, declare your affirmations. Step 2, listen to an audio message. Step 3 is the readings, even a page or 2 in the 2 books. How to Win Friends, Think and Grow Rich. By the way, you want to really change your future, and they don't pay me to tell you this. Take the Dale Carnegie course. It's made available all over the world. It'll cost you about $2,000. It'll change your life forever. You want to get more confidence in front of people? My gosh, take that course. 2 months worth of Tuesday nights. You'll come out a brand new person. So the readings is number 4. Number 3, step 4 is some form of exercise every day. I don't care if it's a walk for 15 minutes, whatever. I do a treadmill for 30 minutes and so on. So 4, it's exercises. Number 5, the Fortune Fund. Get an envelope and label it my Fortune Fund. This is not Mad Money or vacations. Put $1 in it every day, at least $1. And when you have enough in the envelope to open a savings account, go down to the bank and open a savings account. This is your permanent fortune building up. And at the same time, stop charging so much. Most people need a little plastic surgery. Cut out those credit cards. You see, I look at my credit cards. That's not my money. That's not my money. I've been there years ago when I had them all up to the hilt. And it was awful. It was awful. So that's not my money anymore. When I travel, I charge. I pay it off right away. All right? So the Fortune Fund is number 5 and 6, some kind of action on your most important goal. And here is from Think and Grow Rich, something very important that'll help everybody out there looking for a job. I'm sorry, you're looking to create a position.
Yes.
You're not looking for a job. Once again, I'm in orthopedic shoes. I stand corrected. You are looking to create a great position. And so it's very important to set a goal. And for all of you right now, write down something important for you to achieve 5 years from today. This is directly out of Think and Grow Rich. You say, what do you want? I want to be happy. What does that mean? No, but 5 years from today, maybe you want to have $50,000 in savings and no debts. Okay, that's a good goal, but don't make it $1 million if you can't even see that. Or you want to live somewhere else. Just write down. Don't procrastinate. Just write down. What do you want 5 years from today? Write down. There are 3 steps. That's 1. Number 2, write down a couple of steps you could take right now to move toward that. Okay, so what steps could I do if I want to have $50,000 in savings? Well, maybe I shouldn't stop at Starbucks on the way home today, and I should maybe put $5 in my envelope. That's a start.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, that's a start. Okay, so take some kind of action. And step 3 is start today. So number 1, Napoleon Hill said, write down what you want. Number 2, write down a plan to get it. Don't have to be perfect. Number 3, get started right now. Because 5 years from today will happen. Today is the past of 5 years from today. I've almost died 3 times in my life. I know how short this all can be. So get on with the program, will you?
I love it. I love it.
you've got a prosperity plan, right? And so this is kind of tying in, I think, with that.
Yep.
But there are steps to that, right? And you've got to build you got to build habits. So can you tell us about your 30-day prosperity plan and how to build those habits?
Yeah, that was sort of based on an audio program I did, which gave you 31 different ideas to have your mind going in the right direction. But truly, there are some basic steps everybody can take. Especially here in the U.S., people throughout their life go through a lot of money. I don't care how much one is making in any job. You add up all the money that people get paid over a lifetime. It is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But very few people have anything to show for it at the end. The average person these days, Mark, has no more than $30,000 in their retirement fund. How long is that going to go for? It's not. It's not. So they're heading toward a disaster. And so at whatever age you're at, and I've had to make various changes along the way. I'm 77. I made all the mistakes in the world. Oh my goodness, back in 2007 and 8, I would have impressed all of you with my real estate holdings all over the country. Oh, I would have impressed you. Oh, I was a millionaire on paper for about 14 minutes. And they said, oh, buy anything, hold it for 2 years. You'll make a bunch of money, take the money and run. Oh my gosh. So we hawked everything up to the hilt and everything. I had condos in Chicago on Lakeshore Drive, would have impressed you. Up in Whitefish, Montana, and the skiing resort, and in Arizona. Oh, they looked wonderful for a little bit. And as long as all the renters were there, it was fine. But when they didn't have renters, that mortgage payment ate my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All that went away. It should have. But anyway, the point is, to be prosperous, we first have to change our relationship with money. Mm-hmm. Many people go around saying, I never have enough to meet my bills at the end of the month. The mind just heard an order, make sure Boaz never has enough. I just heard it. Or I can't afford this. How about changing the words to say, one day I'll be able to afford paying cash for that? What's wrong with saving for something? I mean, really, what's wrong with saying that? But we've gotten to a point where we want everything right now.
Yes.
That's a disaster, Mark. Would you agree? That's a disaster.
Absolutely.
I've been there, but I don't do that anymore. So we've got to change our attitude about money to feel that we can attract it rather than it's always going away. We can attract. That's why that line I gave you a while ago about everything I touch prospers and succeeds, that will change your attitude about money. So we first need to change our attitude about money. So please write down, you might want to add this to your affirmations. I easily attract money from all directions.
That's good.
From all directions, easily attracted. But I don't. Well, you're not going to if you keep saying that. Just stop, okay? Just stop. I easily attract money from all directions so that you see it coming to you. In fact, I don't usually do this, but I have confidence with you all here, Trevor, Mark. Let's make everybody out there a money magnet, okay?
Let's go.
Okay. So they'll follow us. So, gentlemen, if you all put your right hand out in front of you, just like that, as if money's going to come to you easily from all directions, palm up, palm up. And if you want more money, put both hands out in front of you, okay? Okay, and the same thing with you. Do it. Just do this, okay?
Just do it.
Just do it, okay? Don't ask. And on the count of 3, I'm going to make all of you a money magnet. Here's the indoctrination, and you're going to feel it right through the video. There's going to be a wait.
Oh.
And you're all going to feel it. I guarantee you'll feel it. So show more energy in doing this, and you'll see it'll begin to happen in no time. So on the count of 3, we're all going to do the official. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, did you all feel it?
I felt it.
I felt it. You felt it. I know you felt it.
I'm rich.
Hey, please write down. Wait, not yet. But please write down, I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet.
I'm a money magnet.
And I am here to predict, one of you, and it may be you, money will come to you from unexpected directions within the next 42 days. When we get through, look at the calendar and mark on the calendar 42 days from today. And by when, money will come to you from unexpected directions. Can't tell you how many times that's happened in my life. Not because I hoped or wished for. Please write down, I don't get what I hope or wish for, I get what I expect. So the first thing is just to change your attitude about money. Because if I talk about money in a negative term, well, I never have enough. I just can't seem to afford things. Money will not like being around me, as it does not like the relationship I have with it. Boaz doesn't like us. I'm a dollar bill. He doesn't seem to like us. He always says he never has enough. But when I declare I'm a money magnet, I change my attitude toward it. Money might like to be around me. Secondly, carry a $100 bill. What? Boys, I can't get $100 bill. Okay, if you have kids, huck one of them. Just get $100 bill. Much different than a 20 or a 10 or a 5 when you look at your wallet or purse and you see $100 bill. Have it there where you can see it every day. It'll make you feel prosperous. And then get the envelope. I mentioned the Fortune Fund. Get an envelope, putting $1 in it every day. Just put $1 in every day. And then deposit that in the bank account. That way, suddenly, what happens, Trevor, is we see money all around us. Oh, get a couple of 20s. Put the money in table by the bed, on the counter in the kitchen. If you have teenagers, tape it down real good. And that way, I'm seeing money, real money, because credit cards is monopoly. That doesn't equate to real money, but cash equates to real money. So I'm seeing it all around me. I'm putting some in an envelope every day. I look at my wallet, $100 bill. Suddenly my mind gets a picture. There is real money around Boaz. Let's go get some more of that. And the next step is do a monthly budget. I know this comes as a bit of a shock. You think I'm talking a foreign language. No, it's a piece of paper, and you actually write down where your money's going. Write down where every dollar goes for a month. Just write it down. Spend $3 at Starbucks or what? You still spend that money, so write it down. People are shocked. Mark, at the end of the month, I did this with a lady in California. At the end of the month, she had spent almost $250 at Starbucks. She couldn't believe it. I said, you're making those folks rich. I didn't say she had to stop completely, but how about going once instead of twice a day?
Right.
And put that money in your Fortune Fund.
Right.
So get an envelope and start putting money in it every day. Have the $100 bill. Change your attitude about money and watch how you would attract it rather than push it away. Most people are pushing it away.
What I love about this, what's that, like when you, let's say you're going to go buy a red Ford F-150. You're in the market for a red Ford F-150. And then you see them everywhere. All of a sudden, like you didn't see them before, but man, you can't get away from them now. Yeah. What is that called? There's a specific name for that. What's that called?
It is. Well, it's
like something to do.
It's association.
Yeah, please write down. Whatever the mind focuses on expands. Whatever my brain focuses on expands. So I suddenly focused on the red F-150.
Right.
And it's not that they suddenly showed up, they were there. But suddenly I'm expanding.
You're seeing them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like if I say I can't save any money, I'm expanding that.
Right. So powerful.
How about money comes easily to me? I don't know when. It just does. It just does. And it does.
And then do the zzz.
I told you. See? Trevor's already got it. He can't get that out of his mind. And neither can you. And from now on, at least you'll have that doubt. Maybe I could be. Yeah, you sure can be. Yeah, I don't mean to put words in your mouth because that's not sanitary. But please, just go with it. Just go with it. These ideas are not brand new, Trevor. Like Think and Grow Rich, the idea about focusing on things, that was in 1937. But people think I've got to have a brand new idea. I'm going to do this because so-and-so said so. How about going to some old ideas that really work?
Yeah, it's going on 100 years old.
Yeah.
What about, okay, let's talk about a myth about success. Are there any myths about success? Something that you really don't agree with, or you're like, no, I want to debunk that. That's not real.
Can't really think of any specific one about success other than the fact that I need everybody else to do it for me. You know, that's a myth. Yeah, sure, I need everybody's cooperation. No, I don't. I need one person's cooperation. That's me. That's me. When I take that responsibility, things change. So please write down, for things to change, I've got to change. I want you to change. I want you all to change. No, it's not you all. It's me.
Yes, I that's a very important key. I think as humans, it's part of our human nature. Going to church, sitting in church, listening to a sermon, and
I do apologize. Let me turn this off.
Oh, you're fine.
A lot of times, when we hear something, a message, and it's something that we've dealt with either in ourselves or with other people, our minds tend to think about, oh, well, this person needs to hear that message, right? Very common. In other, thousands more instances, like when we are at work and there's criticism or whatever, like we think about other people. It's always about, and back to that deflection. But I think that it's super important for us to hear a message and be able to, without pride, and maybe it's pride, right? But apply that inwardly, look inwardly before you look outwardly.
Yeah, it's so easy to point at everybody else.
It is.
But
Yep.
when we point one finger at other people, we have 3 fingers pointing back at us.
Is that what you do when you go to church, bro?
Well,
You go to church and you're thinking about the pastors up there, and you're like, man, Trevor needs to hear this.
He's talking about Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor and Boaz need to hear this.
Well, here's where I'm going with that. Because growth is not going to. Change, right? And you were talking about change. None of that is going to happen unless you are changing. You can't look at other people and say those people need to change, right? That's not going to happen. You can't change people,
right?
But you can change yourself.
And every moment I spend focusing and pointing at other people, I'm missing a moment that I could be doing something. If we don't know what to do when we're depressed or upset, hey, go take a walk. Do something to change your attitude. Call somebody, cheer them up. Wait a minute, I'm the one who's depressed. Well, you want to feel better? Call somebody else.
Amen to that. Yeah.
Because the longer I sit here, the more I want to point at everybody else and just be lazy and not do anything.
Yes.
Maybe go volunteer. Like go serve, and whenever you serve someone else, it's filling your cup. It actually fills your cup. Yeah, it makes you feel better.
Or send a handwritten note with all the stamps to somebody you haven't talked to in a while.
There you go.
And all you have to do is say, Trevor, I was thinking about you today. That could change somebody's life. Whoa, I haven't talked to somebody in days, and boy, send me a card. What a nice guy.
Here's a strategy. Okay, I want you to get your champions list. Okay, what's a champions list? Champions lists are the top people in your life. Okay, your friends, family, colleagues, the people that know, like, and trust you the most, that would bend over backwards to help you. Okay. I want you to create this champions list, and that champions list is going to evolve over time. You're going to add people to it. Sometimes you might remove people from it, but I want you to create a champions list. Okay. And then on a daily basis, combine it with Boaz strategy here, where you send a video, a video text message to this person and just say, hey, I love you. I miss you. I appreciate you. This is how thank you for being in my life. Just show some love and some value to these people. Do it on a daily basis. And you don't have to do, 100 videos a day. No, 1 video a day to another person on that list.
What Trevor's just saying is so important. Please write down, appreciation is the core of great relationships. Appreciation. And I find the more appreciation I show, Mark, the more good things happen. I appreciate the 2 of you taking time to talk to me today. I'm very honored. So show appreciation, especially to our loved ones.
Yes.
So if you're married, to your spouse, to your kids, here's one thing you can do to get you extra brownie points. I know that's not on the program, but I'm throwing it in at no additional charge. Okay, as soon as we get through here, then take a video of yourself and tell your loved one how much you love them and that you were thinking about them right now, and text that to them. And if they text back and say, are you okay? Is everything, what happened to you today? Just say, I thought about doing this regularly, and I'll do it from now on, and do it regularly. I'm telling you, the brownie points are going to go off the charts. It'll work.
I love that. 100%. Like there's probably 2 people in my life that do this consistently right now to me. And, but the difference is, they're not doing it in a video. It's just a text message. I get a text message out of the blue, and I know I'm on their champions list.
No,
and it's on a rotation. And I still appreciate it. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But man, it would take it that next level if it was a video, right?
Yeah. What we're talking about right here is taking everything to the next level.
Take it to the next level.
Whatever the average person is doing, I don't want to do it. The average person is bored and broke. Okay? So let's get on with it. None of the things we're talking about are going to take much effort, not going to take much money. Just a little extra effort will get you a long way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just these little micro adjustments.
That's all. That's all. Most people are so close to much bigger success.
Yeah, I have heard even in my own relationships, my own wife, right, Uni, she has said at times, you're nicer to, other people, like your clients and your coworkers, than you are to your family.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm probably not alone. I think that a lot of us, either through just apathy or ignorance, because I don't think we intend to do that, but we do it, right?
Yeah, the people closest to you tend to get the rawest version of you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get the polished version of you. They get the rawest version of you. And so, And it shouldn't be that way. It should almost be, but it's just the way it is. They get the unfiltered. They get to see you when you're grumpy, when you're whatever. And like you said, when you walk into this podcast studio, you flip around your mind, you turn it around because you're ready, So you're giving us the polished version, right? So again, your friends, your family, the people that are closest to you, they always usually get the rawest version.
Even coworkers like you and I.
Oh yeah.
Right? You and I, we've been working together for so long that we're like family.
Yeah.
Right? And
But you're still the nicest guy on the planet. Let me tell you something. Mark is literally the nicest guy. I was sick not long ago. I swear. I'm like at home just sick. And this dude comes to my house with a care package, man. Drops off chicken noodle soups and all these things and everything. And I'm like, dude, you are the nicest guy. It's just so cool, man.
So sweet.
He is the nicest guy.
Yeah. I want to mention concerning attitude, one other thing that everybody here can do. People will ask you periodically, how's everything? How's everything? How's it looking for a job? And so forth and so forth. And most people give the real lowdown. Well, it's been tough looking for a job. It's been this, it's been that. Nobody cares about hearing that kind of answer. Look, Trevor, half the people out there don't even care about my problems, and the other half are glad I've got them. So don't tell them how it really is, but use one word with enthusiasm. Everybody will think you're doing great and spread good rumors about you and your future. The word is unbelievable. Now think about that. Won't that cover both ends of your spectrum, good or bad? So you're telling the truth. But when you do it with enthusiasm, everybody will think you're doing great. And when they do a follow-up, wait a minute, Mark, is it really going that good? Here's the line. All I can say is, it's unbelievable. How's everything with you? They'll walk away thinking you're doing great and spread good rumors about you. And you know who that works the most on? Us.
Yes, yourself.
I was horribly depressed, and then Boaz forced me to do unbelievable, and Mark walked away smiling. What was so bad about that?
Man.
So fake it till you make it.
That reminds me of years and years and years ago. I went to Grant Cardone conference when I was in the automotive industry, and I remember him, because the automotive industry is typically very negative, very, very negative. All the car salespeople are just negative, negative, negative. And so he was talking about excellent. That was his word. Instead of unbelievable, it was, how are you doing? Excellent. Like upbeat, high energy.
Yeah. Super, terrific, excellent are all one level. Unbelievable is at a whole different level because you never hear it. You never hear it. Just do it for a week. I'm serious. To everybody who asks, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed what it'll do, especially to you. Especially to you. It'll fix your attitude in the right direction. And if you're depressed during the day, something's not going right, as I said a while ago, do something different. Go take a walk. Just do something. The key line to any success at any given time during the day, because we all get depressed. We all get upset about something. Just write down the line, what is the most valuable thing I should be doing right now? And sometimes it is, go take a walk.
Yeah. Get your mind right.
There's been plenty of times I've been at the office or whatever, doing whatever, and I'm, again, up here. And I'm like, I'm in a funk. Maybe I'm tired even. I'm like, just not I don't have the energy. And when I'm low on energy, I'm like no good to the whole world. Like, so I'm like, and I'll do exactly that. I'll go walk around and get up, go for a walk, and just try to clear my head or whatever. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, these little things make a big difference.
Yeah. And how good would that be if we did that with our family? With our kids. We say, kids, I must apologize to you. I'm not in a good mood right now. I'm going to go take a walk. I'll be back in 20 minutes with a better attitude. What kind of lesson are we teaching our kids?
Yes.
Rather than let me be hateful to you or something. No, I'll be fine. I'll be right back. Come back with a better attitude.
I remember when I was selling cars many years ago, and I was training and some other people, because I was a top producer there, and I was training some other people, and I was very active. I was in my early 20s, and I'm like full of energy. Like, you think I'm full of energy now? Imagine me in my 20s. So I was running around. I would literally run around the dealership and run to the different cars and all that. And so I knew how important energy was in my success, having a high energy. And so as I was training, I was trying to tell everybody, like, hey, every day we're gonna go on a jog. We're just gonna like jog around the building. And man, I couldn't get anybody to buy in on that, man, at all. I literally couldn't get, no one would buy in on it. I'm like, come on, let's, like, let's go. Because in the auto industry, you're just sitting behind a desk all day long, and I'm like, dude, we got to get up.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one would buy in on it.
The point about leadership is the group runs at the speed of the leader. And if the leader just simply does what they feel is right, the right people follow. And the others may not be the right ones on the team.
Yeah. I didn't get nobody was following me, man. I'm telling you that right now. That's probably why the car business wasn't meant for me. I left after 6 years.
Well,
but it's a good thing. But anyway,
another lesson there, which is, again, we're talking about a lot of mental fortitude and, perception and all that, and just your mental state. And a lot of people, I think, are maybe hesitant to do that because they're like, oh, I don't have time, right? And they're already in a funk. And so they're like, I can't do that right now, right? But on the flip side of that, if they did that and they got to a better mental state, right? Because if you're just sitting there and you're ineffective and you're in a funk, then continuing to do that isn't necessarily going to improve anything or make anything better or make you more productive. So
what about turning that around and saying, I can't afford to sit here being depressed.
I can't. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't afford this. This is too expensive.
Absolutely.
I gotta go do something.
Yeah. One of my favorite sayings is, I think it was Winston Churchill. I don't know who said it. Whether you think you can or think you can't, either way you're right. Who said that?
Yeah, I think it was
Winston Churchill.
Or
either way, somebody said that.
The company thought is, whichever way I see anything, I'm right.
Yes.
Whichever I see anything, I'm right. So if you're seeing the market be very, very difficult for you to find a great position, you're right. But I'm suggesting let's pretend somebody out there is getting a job, a great one.
Yeah.
Offered opportunity. The ideas we've shared with you will do that. I have lots of people who say, my gosh, this works like a charm. The FedEx campaign, the cards with all the stamps, the 11-week campaign, all those things work. They really do.
You know what I like about all of these strategies is that you can almost you can gamify it, make it fun.
Exactly.
Try to make your job search fun, because otherwise the alternative is doing what everyone else is doing, which is just applying online and hoping and praying that you get a phone call, which you're not. And you already know that. It's going in the black hole. No one's seeing you. You're getting ignored. That's not fun. That's depressing. So how about let's make it fun?
Yeah.
And let's do some, let's get crazy with it. Do some outside the box stuff. We had a lady one time, Susie Martin. Remember, she made a like a basket, and in this basket, the paper that was in the basket was like shredded up resume, and then there were some thumb drives of her physical resume with a video. She had an amazing video in front of a green screen. She sent it into it was not American Airlines, Southwest Airlines. So it had the Southwest Airlines in the background because she was in front of a green screen, and it was an amazing video. So she sent this video in. And in the baskets, all these treats and all this kind of stuff. And so, she sent this little care package in. She didn't get the job, but she did get the opportunity. She got interviewed, and that's what it's all about.
The key is to focus on the 10 companies you want to work for in your town and do an 11-week campaign.
Yep.
Rather than a 3 or 4 week campaign, 400 emails and get nothing.
Yeah. What a waste of time.
Yeah. So I'm asking, what have you got to lose? What have you really got to lose? Is what you're doing now working? If it's not, then do something different.
I have a question, and I don't know this. Maybe you do. So, okay, the 10-week.
11-week.
11-week.
Yep.
Okay. So if I go to FedEx, can I do all that in advance? Can I set a future date for 11 weeks from now?
No. I want this to be done every week because you may think it's something new to send.
Okay.
So every week you're sending out 11 FedExes for a second day. How much is that going to cost you? You're going to get a job that'll pay more than what you were going to get anyway. So no, I want every week because you'll think of another idea.
Okay.
What do I do this week? What's going on? Just something else.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So really make that your job for the next 11 weeks. Your job is to send out those 10 FedExes every week for 11 weeks. You got a better job happening in the next 11 weeks that you could spend that would give you better results? I don't think so. In my humble but most accurate opinion, this really is dynamite.
Yeah.
Well, this episode has been dynamite, and I want to make sure that the audience can connect with you, get your books, dive deeper into all your programs, all that kind of stuff. Where does the audience connect with you, and what's the best way?
Okay, best way first.
Send you 11
Yeah. But if you have a question, my email address, I'll give it to you. It's Boaz Power, B as in boy, O Oscar, A Alpha, Z Zebra, Boaz, my first name, Power, like the power company. And Trevor, I'm the only one who has this service at AOL.com. Boaz Power at AOL.com. And by the way, I'm just curious, gentlemen, what time in the morning do you all get up? Trevor, let me ask you these questions. What is the average time you get up in the morning?
5 o'clock.
Okay, so let's say for these 5 days I was going to call you and talk about very good memory techniques, but 5 o'clock is a little early for me. I'd like to call you at 6:19, an hour, 19 minutes past your normal time to get up. So on the wall over there, I want you to imagine a clock, the small hand on the 6, large hand on the 19. So for the next 5 days, I'm calling you at what time?
6:19.
6:19, because you seem like a very nice person. I'm willing to give you some valuable time. We'll talk for a little over 1 hour a day about really strong memory techniques. That clock is going to go from 6:19 to 7:23, a hair over an hour, from 6:19 to 7:23. What time am I calling in the morning?
6:19.
We'll talk until
7:23.
Yes. Every afternoon for those 5 days, I'm going to call you back and review the ideas we talked about in the morning, make sure they took root in your mind. The review call every afternoon is at 3. The review call is at 3. So I'm calling you in the morning at what time?
6:19.
We'll talk until
7:23.
And the review call is at what time?
3.
Correct. I'm sort of like James Bond, except I'm an agent for change. But my code number is the same as his. What is his code number, James Bond? What is it?
007.
Exactly. I'm calling in the morning at what time?
6:19.
We'll talk until
7:23.
review call is at
3.
and my code number.
007.
So if you want to call me, you've just memorized my cell phone number. You all have just memorized my cell phone number. Mark, what is my cell number?
619-723
007.
3007.
Exactly. And if you don't think you've got a great memory, I now challenge all of you to forget my phone number. I apologize for doing that. Once again, I shouldn't have done that. Just forget it. So if you want to call me, you know my number. You don't even have to write it down. And then I invite you to come visit my library. YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/Boaz Power TV. youtube.com/Boaz Power TV. And if any of you have a connection with any CEOs who are putting together a big program for their company, my mother would tell you I'm really good in front of a couple of thousand people. So if you don't mind recommending me as a speaker and giving them my YouTube channel, I'd be very grateful for that. I appreciate all of you. Again, don't walk away saying this was good. Implement, okay?
Love it. Guys, Boaz in the house, all the strategies. You guys should connect with him. I love it. Got his phone number out there, digits. I love it. Guys, that's the show. It's all about
Who
ya
know.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Who You Know Show podcast. My name is Trevor Houston, and if you've enjoyed this episode, consider subscribing wherever you listen and leave us a positive review to help us keep the mics on in the studio. Until next week, that's the show. It's all about Who You Know.